All right, guys, what's going on? Is it still worth working a job in 2024? Today I'm going to answer to this question, and I can tell you straight away, the answer won't be just yes or just no. In fact, it depends on multiple factors. I'm going to tell you how I would look at it, how I would approach it, what I would consider. And the first thing I would be thinking about are your skills, okay? Your skill set. Are you skilled enough to potentially be able to add some kind of value to the market? In other words, do you really need a job, or could you make it on your own? Why do you need a job, by the way? Why do you want a job? Because you're just lazy to launch your own business, because it's the only way you know to make money, or because you really need a job because you're dead broke. Okay. If you are not dead broke, if you have some savings left, enough to last for, let's say, 1 or 2 years without working a 9 to 5, and if you are skilled enough, I would try to launch my own business if I were in your shoes. Okay. You could fail, of course, and if you fail, it's not the end of the world. You will retry later on. But if you make it, you will be very content with your life, okay? But let's say you are dead broke, you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you really need a job, to make ends meet right now, okay? I understand it, I'm an entrepreneur, but I still understand if you don't have money, you can't launch any business, because it takes time to get the ball rolling. It will take you at least a few months, maybe a year or two, to have a real business, okay? And to be able to pay all your bills on your own without a job, okay? So if you are dead broke, you really need a job, yes. So here are the things I would consider before taking a job, okay? What are the costs involved? How much would it cost you to get the job? I know it sounds funny because you usually get the job in order to get money, but it is not that easy anymore in this society, okay? Sometimes there are some costs involved in order to get the job. For example, if you don't have a car, you will need a car. So you have to buy a car. If you don't have the cash, you will need a car payment. You will need to pay fuel, gasoline. You will have to maintain that car, pay tires, pay insurance, pay the toll fees, okay? And a lot of, costs involve parking places, for example. A lot of, costs involved with owning a car. So we need money, sometimes to be able to get a job, especially if this job is far away. For example, if you are now looking for a job which would be better pay, better paid, but far away, I would think twice, because, yeah, of course, the salary and the perks could be very attractive, but if it is too far away, you will either have to commute, so to own a car and pay all the costs involved with owning a car, or you will have to move to, most likely, a big city which will be more expensive, rent will be higher, groceries will be more expensive, it will be polluted, noisy, you will be surrounded by concrete. If it is in the Western world, it will most likely be a dangerous city. And if you are not, a city person, if you don't like the city life, you will be miserable there, okay? So think about it. Do you really need that well-paid job over there far away? Maybe not. Maybe you're better off taking a, let's say, shitty job, which is at least near to where you are living. Maybe you enjoy, the place you're living in now. For example, if you're living in the countryside and you don't want to move to a city, yeah, of course the opportunities won't be the same in the countryside. But if you can get, a little job, which will be enough to get by, to pay the bills, but in the meantime will allow you to have a lot of, free time, You could invest this time you have left to launch a business, to start a side hustle, which could become a business, which could become a bigger business. So yeah, sometimes time is better than money, you know. Or you could have enough time to read a lot in order to know in what to invest, or you know, to do something you want to do with your time. Sometimes time is better, you know. Money is not everything, especially when there are a lot of costs involved. You know, the salary and the perks are one thing, but all the costs and the sacrifices involved are another. On the other hand, it's very important to think about this as well, you know. So don't underestimate what you have, the price to pay to get a job, you know. Other than that, look at the perks, you know. Some perks are very interesting nowadays. I believe, you know, I'm an entrepreneur and I would of course recommend you to launch your own business, but I understand it's not that easy. You could still fail, and if you're that broke, you need a job, okay? But still, there are some jobs I would still consider, you know, pretty good jobs, especially jobs in companies that allow you to work remotely. If you, for example, you can basically get a job in a big city with a higher salary, with good perks, but work remotely, it could be worth getting this job, okay? Because if you work remotely, basically you don't have to move to an expensive place, you don't have to commute, and you could as well, for example, move to another country. If you don't like the country you're in, once you work remotely, you could even move to another country if your company, of course, allows you that. But most likely you will. If you are working remotely from a faraway place, even in your own country, you could say, okay, it doesn't really matter if I'm in a country or not. And you could move to a cheaper country, a country you like more, a safer country, a country in which you want to live, you have dreamed of, you know, for years. So look at positions that allow you to work remotely, you know. These are the best, I think, the best positions you can get, the best jobs you can get, remote jobs, okay? Okay, and yeah, that's it for today. It's all I want to say, and yeah, smash that like button. Consider subscribing. It's getting very hot in this car. Next time we'll have to shoot the video with the AC on, because once it's too hot in this car, I can't think properly anymore. It's maybe 40 degrees Celsius now in this car here in the summer. Anyway, talk to you soon and have a good one. And don't forget to comment below.